Hello, everyone. I am back just as promised with another guest for Small Biz Highlight. Tonight, I am excited to introduce you to someone with a really cool outlook on life, a way that she lives. Like I just loved Facebook stalking her and her page, and we'll get into it in a minute. But first, we've got to, and now she probably thinks I'm creepy because I just admitted to Facebook stalking her, but it's okay. I'll live. Tonight's episodes I am having sponsored by the Small Biz Highlight app, which if you missed my live Q&A session that I hosted last week on the 20th, you missed a huge announcement. Small Biz Highlight has its own networking community inside the app. Yes, my own social community to build up, to make it a safe haven for all small business owners to network, to grow with each other, learn from each other. Oh, it's epic. So more information on that is coming up, I promise. If you'd like to learn more, you can absolutely access it through the app right now. There's a tab for that. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But I promise there's more info coming. I promise. We are live with StreamYard. So if you happen to be catching us live on Facebook and would like to leave a comment or a question, feel free to. But so that we can see your name and your Facebook profile picture, please just take 2 seconds to go to streamyard.com/Facebook and allow them to talk to each other. Because, it's nice to see what people have to say, but we also like to see who's talking to us. Just saying. This year has been proclaimed 2020 you. So this has been a year where I've been on a journey for more self-acceptance, more self-love, and more faith in myself. And I have been selfishly using every single one of you as my accountability partner. So if you feel compelled to join this journey with me, feel free to use me as an accountability partner. But if you prefer a family member, a friend, boyfriend, what have you, feel free to spread the message of 2020 youth. All right, please. The whole idea is just to help people go from these past 2 years that have been such turmoil and that people are still recovering from, and just making 2022 the year that we actually start the healing process, at least for me. Maybe some people are over it faster than me, and more kudos to you, I guess. But for some of us, we are not so lucky. So, all right. Thank you real quick to our sponsor, Text for More, which is making it super easy for you to find the direct links to our broadcasts each week. All you have to do is text Small Biz to 717-670-6400, and it will send you a link to our main hub. And now you can even access that main hub very easily by going on the Small Biz Highlight app and clicking Live Links tab, and it will take you straight there. I'm loving it. So no matter what platform you're looking for us on, we're on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. You can find the links directly there to take you right to the live broadcast. Super easy. Even easier to share. I'm just going to drop that little tidbit there. All right, so I'm done. We're done talking about me, talking about the show, what have you. Thank you all for coming here tonight. I am bringing on my guest. I forgot to ask her, for those of you who know me. I am notoriously bad at remembering to ask people how do I pronounce their names before going live. And to date, I've not butchered too many names. And I feel like this is self-explanatory. I'm going to go for it. So Carrie is easy. Carrie Veatch. And it's probably wrong. She's probably laughing at me right now, but we'll figure out in a second. But here we go. Let's bring her on. She's laughing. I'm telling you right there. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Tiffany. Oh, I don't know if something happened to the volume. Oh, no.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, dear. Okay. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could hear you during the intro, but something changed when you brought me on. So I don't know if it's on my end.
Ooh, that's weird. I'm not muted. So I'm not sure.
Default. Okay, let's see. Can you
hear me?
Is that working?
What?
So sorry. I have no idea what happened.
It's okay.
I could hear you
try?
just fine during everything, but now I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Uh,
Let's see if you try going out and coming back in.
I don't know if should I leave and come back because I could hear you before. Should we try that?
Sure.
Okay, I'll try that. Oh. Why?
It's like she was reading my mind. How did she know that's what I was saying? No. It happens, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties, what have you, are going to happen. But, we'll give her a few seconds here to get back on and we'll get this interview rolling. Oh, goodness. While we wait for her, oh gosh, I'm so excited about this community, guys. I have so many ideas for it. It's going to be amazing. An opportunity for small businesses to support small businesses while being supported in the process. Like, it's just layers and layers of support for small businesses. There's going to be Tip Tuesdays where I'm going to go live and on the app only and offer some tidbits about having a show, going live, recording for a podcast, all that jazz. And then training Thursdays where I'm going to invite some of my friends that are experts in their field. Mm-hmm. And they're going to give a quick training, a 30-minute training. But then what's the best part is they're going to give a 30-minute Q&A afterwards. So not only are you going to get a bunch of amazing information dumped on you, you're going to have the ability to ask questions about it right after the training, which I think is amazing and something that will be truly beneficial to everyone. In fact, my first guest is going to be Dan from Dapper Mobile Apps, and he is actually going to talk about having your own app, how he was able to build mine. All right, let's see if we bring her back on. Can you hear me?
I don't know what is happening. Hi, I can see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. It's so weird because I heard all of your intro and I heard everything. So the only thing I can do is I could try on my phone, but I don't know if StreamYard works on a phone. It does? Okay. So let's try that. I have literally no idea. I'm so sorry. It's bizarre because let me try one more thing here. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. Hello. Okay. Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, is that better?
You muted yourself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we'll try that. I don't know. Here we are. Hi.
All right, whatever you did, don't touch anything else. Leave it there.
Don't touch it. All right, we're here.
All right. No problem. Things happen. All you have to do is just go with the flow until you figure it out, basically. But
Yeah.
like I was saying, I hope I didn't butcher your name. Hopefully
No, you said it correctly.
Did I really?
Yeah, it's beach, just like beach.
Yes. Nailed it. I just want to put that out there. Nailed it. No. Now, you all would think it's weird that I'm confused, but it's because for those of you listening on the podcast, her name is spelled Veatch. Now, that could go totally different, million different ways, the way people pronounce names nowadays. So, don't judge me. I wanted to. I will one day. I've been doing this for 2 years now. One day I will get in the habit of asking before I go live. But until that day comes, I'm just going to take a chance and go with the flow. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So now that we're up and running, Carrie, I love to start my episode with a very simple question. And I love how differently everybody answers it and love learning about people. So, Carrie, help my viewers get to know you on a personal level. Who are you?
Yeah, so I love this question because we're so conditioned to lead with our job description, right?
Yes.
And so I'm not going to do that.
Good.
I'm an adventurer, a traveler, a nomadic gypsy soul at heart. And honestly, it's taken me a long time to just be okay with that and live my life according to my own rules and unconventional lifestyle. So, I'm currently in Mexico City. I lived over in Asia for 4 years before this. I really, really have fallen in love with freedom, and it is my core value and helping other people to have the same.
Wow. I told you guys, if you want to stalk somebody on social media, you need to go see her pictures. There are some epic pictures in there. I'm telling you, I was jealous. I was like, I want this life. Wow. All right. Well, now that we know a little bit more about you, let's talk about this business of yours, my friend. So, all right, it's called Set Yourself Free. And honestly, obviously, she just said she's all about giving people freedom. Well, what does that exactly that mean with your business?
Yeah. So I help most people create time, location, and financial freedom. And this is where it's so important to get laser focused on what it is for you and what your core values are. So, some clients come to me and they're already really successful and maybe they're making six figures in their business, but they don't have much time. And so they want to scale their business by working less and making more. So then we focus in on that. Maybe you want location freedom. Like maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I want to go to Asia. I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to Europe. Then we'll focus on what are the things that you need to create in your life so that you can have that. But to me, it's really about serving my clients in terms of their value system and making sure that we're building and scaling your business based on that versus what everyone else tells you you should do, because then you're going to be resentful and hate your business and your life.
Wow. All right, yeah, that's so cool. Because let me tell you, I'm sure with the pandemic, one of the things that got really popular, I feel like, is people being nomads, like you, the gypsy lifestyle, living in the refurbished buses, traveling from state to state or country to country. And people actually really love that lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them. I want to do it. I, however, am stuck where I'm at for now because I'm in the military. So I'm stuck for at least 4 years. Then I can go.
Mm. Mhm.
No, but I think it's so cool what you're doing. How the heck did you get into a business like this? How did this even begin for you?
Yeah, honestly, the short answer, because there's such a long backstory, like we all have obviously twists and turns, how we ended up where we are currently. But I really always craved freedom. Like I joke continually and still that I'm allergic to offices. And
I love
I have a background as a therapist, and I also was an executive director of a nonprofit. And I learned a skill set in business from running an organization and was very successful at that. And I had a lot of freedom, but I still didn't have creative control over a lot of things because it was
it.
not my own business. So the short story is I feel like I almost like repressed this desire inside of me because I was so conditioned to think like you have to have a 9 to 5, you have to have life be a certain way. Um, and I have nothing wrong with that if that's the life you want, but like for me, there was just a part of my soul that was like, I feel like I'm dying and there's like so much of the world I want to see and do and create. And so I started traveling, even before I had this business, but that's really what fueled the desire to have this even more was this travel that I came across. And a lot of my friends traveled a lot earlier in life, like in their 20s, and I did some travel, but not the kind of travel that I've done in the last 5 years. And so then it was like, okay, how do I also help other people to create this once I decided to start my business? And helping other people in service has always been a core value of me, but I had so many visibility fears, so much internal stuff
Mhm.
around
Mhm.
an online business in particular because I just feared everyone's judgment. So I held myself back for a long, long time. But then when I finally went all in, I was like, okay, this is really not about me. Like, yeah, I
Yes.
show up on social media, I show up on video. But the truth is like, I want to help other people get what they want. And I'm actually really great at that. So, like, if I'm so selfish that I can't see past that, the people that want my help or could use my help are missing out on it. At least that's the mindset that I take and that I help my clients with, because then you're showing up in this place of service to make an impact in the world so that other people get to run these freedom-based businesses as well.
Oh, wow. Now this just seems like s- too good to be true, these freedom-based lifestyles that you're talking about. Like it seems like something that people live in the movies or like some fairy tale type life. How how is it that you're able to live um a free life as you call it or whatnot? How are you able to, generate an income? What is it that you're doing while you're on the out in the open, the outdoors?
Yeah. So first, I never want to say there aren't trade-offs. Of course, there's trade-offs, right? Like I have had to make a lot of hard choices to get
Oh
here.
yeah.
I packed up in my life into 2 suitcases. I don't have a lot of stuff, especially when I'm like very nomadic and traveling around, right? So I never want to like completely glamorize this lifestyle because it's also not for everyone. I personally love it, and I'm very simple in how I live my life. Um, but I'm a coach, so I provide services. I started off doing more life coaching, especially with my background as a therapist, because I had done a lot of trauma work and was doing that kind of coaching. But then I started coaching even more so online, and I found that I loved entrepreneurship. Like, I kind of just
Mm,
stumbled into it, to be honest. But I found that I loved coaching clients who either had a business or had a skill set to translate into their own business, because entrepreneurs are just the most solution focused
mhm.
people that I
Yes,
have found, right? Like, you have to be.
absolutely.
So, yeah, so I do everything from one-on-one coaching to group coaching. I, have helped clients to sign their very first clients online in a business, all the way up to multiple six figures on their way to seven. But I just really love helping people find their secret sauce and their power versus like, oh, there's some magic pill outside of yourself.
Yeah, like some cookie cutter solution you can give them. Instead, you're just trying to show them what potential they have to grow from and build their own lifestyle. I love that.
Exactly.
Wow. So your coaching that you provide is simply that, just life coaching and helping people find their niche, I guess is what people call it out there nowadays. Their their bread and butter, the thing that gets them motivated every day and whatnot. And that's cool. Because there's so many of us nowadays that are still stuck in that old mentality that you have to work in an office, that you have to stay there for 40 whatever years to retire, and then you get to enjoy your life. I feel like now this movement of, self entrepreneurship being like an epidemic of its own. It's like growing through the world of people wanting to live that free lifestyle, having the business, but living life on their own terms. And it's not easy. Having your own business is never easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of getting things done. It's a lot, guys, especially when you're doing most of it on your own. But I mean, wow, I'm so jealous. I want your life. Now, me, I personally want this lifestyle for not just for me, but for the kids. because growing up, I pretty much stayed on the East Coast of the United States, which is not horrible. No, I'm not docking the East Coast, guys. I love my home. All right. But we didn't get to travel a whole lot when I was a kid. And, now having been in the military and traveling to certain states that I never went to before, and it's so amazing to go and see these places, these touristy attractions. Yes, okay, but there are things that I may not have been able to see had it not been for the military. Now imagine me living this lifestyle, and now I can tell my kids, hey, we're gonna go see the Grand Canyon instead of just reading about it in your book today for school. Like those things to me just sound like such an epic and amazing opportunity to, help broaden the kids' uh, imaginations, their their touch with the idea that there's more to just Pennsylvania in their lives. I think it's just a great opportunity and for in that aspect. But for those that go and do the lifestyle by themselves or just couples doing it, like it just sounds like so much fun and so liberating and just so stress-free to a point. I'm sure there's still stressors, but like it just seems so easygoing and like their own little community that they have because you hear about like the own um lingo that they have out there for people who live this type of lifestyle. It has to be so exciting.
It is. Honestly, it's got trade-offs, like I said, of course,
Yeah.
And I personally wouldn't have it any other way at this point, like I love it. And it's just like entrepreneurship in general, but especially this lifestyle, you have to figure out how to be disciplined or what accountability or support you need because you do have to focus on the things that are going to matter with your business because there's no one checking in on you and no one keeping you to do things unless you like hire support to keep you accountable or have those people helping you. So it is important to know like what are your patterns and how do you work through them so that you can still make an income online.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick break for a brief commercial because I'm like Pinocchio. I'm a real show because I have a commercial to play. I'm just kidding. Um, don't judge me. I know I'm corny. My family reminds me every day I do not need the extra comments from all of you. Okay. So, on that note, I'll play my brief commercial. And when we come back, I'd love to hear some tips you have for people who may be considering this lifestyle and based off of your adventures and your experiences, what are some pros and cons to it and some tips if they're looking to get started, what are the best ways to get going? Okay, so with
Sounds
that,
good.
we'll be right back.
Are you tired of missed business opportunities because you don't have the marketing tools that big companies do? Do you want to generate more sales with less effort or technical knowledge? Text for More is a digital marketing solution that is both your digital brochure and web presence that connects you directly to your customers. Best of all, Text for More is proven to deliver results. In fact, some of our clients have seen their monthly revenue increase by as much as 5 times in the first couple of months. To get started today, text the keyword MORE to 317-342-8114 and see how we can assist you. Text for More. Next generation brochures for the digital age.
All right, we're back. All right, so if you were just joining us, I've been talking with Carrie about her awesome lifestyle. She's living she's living free and free of normal boundaries like offices and houses and whatnot. No, but she's traveling the world and she's doing so by training other people how they can do it themselves without having a typical job or whatnot, but then also turning around and helping people also learn how to do it for themselves. It's a chain reaction she's building here and I absolutely love it. All right, so Carrie, in this chain reaction that you're creating in the world here, helping people live a free lifestyle, getting out there, living their best lives. What are some pros and cons, common pros and cons to this type of lifestyle?
Gosh, so many. So, like I mentioned a little bit, you know, especially if you're like really traveling, you're probably not going to have a lot of stuff with you. So you are going to be a little bit more minimalistic in terms of your possessions. I personally don't mind it, but you have to decide if that's something, you know, that you can do. I own some properties, you know, I have stuff, but I rent them out. And those were some of the harder choices I had to make of being able to do that.
So smart.
To me, like there's not a lot of cons, but obviously it's something I love. But again, it is less stuff. You have to be disciplined, especially if you are traveling and you want to really go adventure and enjoy. Like, I don't want to be sitting behind my laptop 24/7.
Right.
And I obviously don't want my clients doing that either. I want them to be able to go enjoy the adventures and the lifestyle that they've built. So you do have to be disciplined in knowing what needs to get done in your business and what is just a shiny object, because it's so easy to get distracted online by shiny objects. But there's so many cons. I mean, honestly, there are so many pros. I was like, no, so many pros. You get to see the world, you get to connect with people. I mean, one of my biggest limiting beliefs and stories was it's hard to make friends as an adult. Like, I just had that as a belief. And then I started traveling and I've met some of my best friends from being abroad and living as an expat and travel life, because I find when you're traveling around and you're in a different environment, people are so willing to be like, yeah, let's go to coffee. Let's go to a workout class. Let's do this. And it's been really good for that too, in terms of just like squashing that belief. Because I have found great communities and great people from travel.
That's so great. Because, yeah, that's definitely one thing that I think I would have been most nervous about, not being accepted or people just not being nice. But I mean, you're not the first person I've actually heard that from, that it's actually the opposite. Like, there's no issues. People are welcoming. They want to teach you the lifestyle. They want to teach you their little tricks of the trade that they do. Like, it's got to be so cool. I'm not going to lie. I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
All right.
And, you know, even if you don't want to travel the world, but you want to like travel a little bit, I am just such a proponent of it, of any kind of business where you get to live life on your terms and create something. I'm never going to say it's easy all the time. Like, I preach easy and flowy in business, but it takes the harder work to get to the ease and flow. And so much of it is using your strengths and outsourcing or letting go of the stuff that doesn't matter or is not your strength. But I don't know. I was certainly trained of like, perfect your weaknesses, become good at everything. And I'm just like, no, not to be a good business owner.
She said, no. I love it. It makes sense because, you know, I feel like that's definitely one of the downfalls from a 9-to-5 job. Everybody's always trying to get better at everything instead of sticking to the one thing they're really good at. Because if you're not developing yourself and adding more and more things to your repertoire, then you're not useful in the company anymore. But then that one thing, if you were to continue growing with it and developing it, you could end up being like the go-to person for it and the expert at it. And they're limiting your ability to do that. I feel like that this lifestyle gives you that opportunity to just find that one thing you're good at and just roll with it. I think that's great.
Yes, agreed.
Well, I have been having so much fun talking with you. I am definitely going to keep Facebook stalking you and Instagram stalking you. If you want to learn more about Carrie and her lifestyle and her coaching program, all that jazz, I have her links to her social media items in the description of the video. It will be in the description of the podcast episode too, but it has been scrolling at the bottom of the screen the entire episode, guys. So pause, copy, paste, whatever. No, but honestly, if you have any questions, I know that Carrie is more than willing to answer any and all questions, help you out in any way she can. You know, if this is something that's been in the back of your mind as, man, I really want to think about doing this, but I don't know how to get started. I've got your connection right here, guys, right here. Do it. Do it for me. No, yeah, no. I will get there. Once my freedom comes from the army, my my next goal is to start towards that lifestyle. I'm telling you. That's the goal. Oh man. Well, it has been so much fun talking with you, Carrie, and very informative. I love all the information you give and just learning more about you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Tiffany. I so appreciate this conversation.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking your brain myself sometimes. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. So I will leave you all with your friendly reminder to put your communities first. And you do that by shopping small and supporting local businesses, even those that may be all on the road. All right, everyone. Have a good night. I will see you next week on Small Biz Highlight with 2 more amazing small business owners ready to dump amazing knowledge on you. Good night, everyone.